Hello, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We hope everyone's having a good time, and I hope everyone's enjoyed their week. It is Friday, so weekend's here, and we're gonna get into the football again. It is a deadline stream, a strange time. It is a 6:15 deadline today, so get used to that. And yeah, good evening, everyone. We've got Nicola in the chat. I hope you're well. And yeah, we're gonna discuss all things game week 18, our teams, any transfers, captain picks, and also answer your questions as well during the stream. How you doing, Jordan? Before we start, all is good?
Yeah, it was good. I hope everyone else is good too, and we'll probably see what this game week has to offer, as the Boxing Day one was quite a luxury.
Yeah, hopefully we get another nice green arrow, because game week 17 was a success for both of us, and hopefully we just carry it along. So I'm going to bring up my team. Just for those that haven't seen my team yet, so I do have one free transfer, but as I mentioned in the team selection video, I am rolling my transfer, so no plans for me to make any moves at all. I don't feel like my team needs it. I have got Reece James on the bench, who is flagged. We know he's injured, and I'm just going to keep him on my bench because I'm happy to play Ben White against Brighton away. So that's my team. Just quickly, I've got Ward, who's got Liverpool away. Now, I don't expect him to keep a clean sheet. I've got a back three of Trippier, White, and Cancelo. I've got the midfield five of Martinelli, Mo Salah, Rashford, Saka, and Mason Mount. And then up top, I've got Haaland and Martial. Haaland is my captain this week. He's got Everton at home, which is a nice fixture. On the bench, I've got Everson, Greenwood, first bench, Patterson, and then James, we know, is injured. So that is the team for game week 18. I've got Kawanda also in the chat. Hi, lads. Hi, Kawanda. Nice to see you. We've got Manish as well. Going to triple captain Haaland game week 23 instead of 19. Yeah, we'll talk about game week 23 and all that when it comes to it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all goes. Haaland, is anyone not going Haaland captain this week? Let us know, because Salah, I've seen a few people say, could we go Salah? But I'm going to stick with I'm sticking with Haaland. I just think, yeah, I'm just too scared to go against him. The way he plays, how many chances he gets, even in the previous game, he should have maybe had a hat-trick quite easily. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Haaland as my captain pick this week. But, if you want to go Salah, Leicester at home is not a bad fixture if you want to back against Haaland, but I don't think I'll be doing that. Comment here as well. I bought Almiron. Not having him last week was a mistake. I hope you won't regret not having him. Well, I don't have Almiron, as you can see from my midfield. I have gone with Mason Mount instead, and I've got the double Arsenal. You have Almiron, don't you, Jordan?
Yeah, I brought him in, Almiron, into my team first time, and yeah, I'm quite glad I did, because he did get an 8-pointer in the game week.
Having Almiron didn't not having Almiron didn't really go against me this week, because I did have Saka, who got me 9 points, Martinelli got me 8 points, and Mason Mount, who I bought in, got me 10 points. So I didn't suffer without Almiron this week, even though he did score. But in the future weeks, that could change. We don't know, because he's got a fixture against Leeds at home, which is quite nice. So yeah, there's no reason why Almiron can't score again, because he's been brilliant for Newcastle this season so far. Let's just quickly bring up your team, Jordan. Just run us through how you're lining up.
Okay, so in goal we have Edison, who's got Everton at home. Expect a clean sheet from that game for Man City, hopefully. Line up with the back three of Trippier, who's got Leeds at home. Should be a comfortable fixture for Newcastle, winnable one definitely. Clean sheet worthy, hope maybe. Could be, maybe not, but you can expect an attack return for Trippier. Got Cancelo's got Everton at home. Hopefully he does start in that Everton game and doesn't have another shock where he's either benched again or Pep decides not to play him again. That would be quite a shock if he isn't to play again. But yeah, hopefully he's starting in that game. We've got Luke Shaw, who's got Wolves away. He's been a pretty good pick, Luke Shaw. He's had a lot of transfers in this game week, and from his clean sheet and bonus 2 points from last game week. So he's got Wolves away next, which is another good fixture for Man United. Potentially keeping the clean sheet in that one too. We'll have to see. In the midfield, we've got 4 players, and the first one is Amron, who's got Leeds at home. The way he's on form, I don't see why he can't get another return in that Leeds at home fixture. We've got Martinelli, who's got Brighton away. Another good fixture for Arsenal. They want to keep that top spot, and might be a tight, difficult match against Brighton, who are a good defensive team. So we have to see what happens. We've got Fernandes and Rashford, who both have Wolves away. So that just completes the Man United triple up against Wolves. So they did look comfortable against Nottingham Forest, Man United, and I expect them to repeat the same result against Wolves. And up front, we got the front 3 of Nketiah, who's got Brighton away. Excited to have brought him in my team as a differential pick, as he did score against the last fixture Arsenal did have. So it'll be exciting to see what he does against Brighton. We've got Darwin Núñez, who's got Leicester at home. Hopefully he can renounce his errors in the last game week where he did miss a lot of chances and did blank. So hopefully against Leicester at home he can put an ease to our suffering from watching that painful match. And then finally we got Haaland, who's got Everton at home. Not much to say about Haaland. It's just the question is how many goals are you expecting him to score in that Everton at home game? Is probably the right question to ask. But yeah, he is the captain as well. Obviously, there's going to be a huge effective ownership for Haaland, so I don't think the captaincy is going to be moved from him. And just on the team bench, we've got Danny Ward, the Leicester goalkeeper, has got Liverpool away. Not contemplating playing him over Edison. We've got Rodrigo, who's got Newcastle away. He's my first pick on the team bench if any of my starting 11 don't play the full 90 minutes. We've got Ben White, who's got Brighton away. Just in case a second player doesn't play for my starting 11, Ben White can come on. And finally, we've got Castagne, the Leicester defender, who's got Liverpool away. Obviously, the third and last pick of the bench because he does have Liverpool away. And I don't expect a clean sheet from Leicester in that Liverpool game at all. And that pretty much completes my starting 11 and the team bench going forward.
Okay, I'm going to read a few comments out. We've got a few comments coming in. James to Castagna. Already have Shaw, Trippier, Cancelo, Bueno, and rotates well with Shaw, Trippier from 19 to 21. I'm assuming you can't upgrade to Robertson. Which I do like Robertson as a pick. I've mentioned a few times. Castagna, if you can you bring up his fixtures, Jordan?
Yeah, I do have Castagna myself.
I'm not keen on the Leicester defense, if I'm honest. I mean, Fulham and Nottingham Forest in game week 19 and game week 20, which could be decent. So you could go for it. Zoomed in too much. If you zoom out, oh, actually, it's fine. Actually, it's just better. So yeah, he's got Liverpool in 18, and then 19 he's got Fulham, and then Forest, as I said, looks quite nice. So 19 and 28 could work playing Castagna. What do you reckon, Jordan? Obviously, you own Castagna.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I had Castagna in my team, just for that rotation from other players like Luke Shaw, because 2 game weeks after that, in game week 20, he has Man City and then another difficult fixture. So Castagna, by then, will have easy fixtures with Nottingham Forest, Brighton, and then Aston Villa. So yeah, I think that's a good future pick to bring in Castagna.
Yep, there you go. He rotates quite well, so yeah, why not? I'll go back to my one there. Which comment from Manish? How many points I will get? Kepa, Trippier, Cancelo, Shaw, Martinelli, De Bruyne, Rashford, Almiron, Mitro, Haaland, and Kane. Yeah, the team looks good. It's hard to tell how many points, but you should be in for a decent week with those players. James to Robbo or Shaw. Now, if you had the money to go up to Robertson, I would go Robertson just to be different because I'm a bit break the template a bit. So I would be for Robertson, but I know Luke Shaw is also a good pick. So I think it depends on your budget and whether your other plans are for your team. Do you need the money to spread into midfield and attack? If you do, go for Luke Shaw. Now there are also rumors that Manchester United could have a double game week coming up as well. So Luke Shaw looks good for that. Potentially double game week 20, I believe. So, but obviously nothing confirmed. So don't take that as gospel. But Luke Shaw, I think, is a good pick if you need the money. If money is not object, I like Robertson to break the template personally. Mm, Hold on. Got a comment here from Dom. Got 99 points last game week. Decent week. Trying to climb into 500k. Very good score. Yeah, very nice score there. 99 points. Also says I had Nketiah last game week, but I sold him for Mitrovic. Was that a smart move? Jordan, I'll let you take this one as a Nketiah owner.
I think it was a smart move because Mitrovic did outscore Nketiah by getting, I think, 2 assists and 1 goal, I think, last game week.
I think he means he sold Nketiah to get Mitrovic in for game week 18.
Oh,
I think so. That's what he meant. Yeah.
Uh,
He sold Nketiah. I don't know if I'd sell Nketiah if I had him to. I wouldn't do it, even though I know Mitrovic has a double coming up.
Yeah, in that case, it is a bit risky, Dom, because Mitrovic is on 4 yellows. So if he does get another yellow card, then he's suspended for a match, and that probably loses a spot there for your forward position in the next game week. So I think it was a bit early to bring in Mitrovic because I do know he has a double game week coming up. But I would keep Nketiah in this week and then think about bringing the Mitrovic in the following week after that instead, personally for me. But if the move is the right move for you, then that is the right decision. If it's what your gut was telling you to take out Nketiah for Mitrovic, then
yeah, I mean, who's Mitrovic got? I mean, Nketiah's got a nice fixture, fairly nice fixture against Brighton, so I could see him still getting a goal. Arsenal are playing very well as well. I think Mitrovic has Southampton, doesn't he?
Yes, Fulham have Southampton.
Yeah, so it's a nice fixture for Mitrovic as well. He should start in that one. If Darwin Núñez continues his poor form, is it worth having 2 up top and playing 5 strong midfielders? Potentially. It depends how long you're willing to give him, because if I bring up the Liverpool fixtures on the screen, I'll just use Salah for example because I don't have Núñez. If you look at Salah's fixtures, Leicester, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, Wolves, Everton, they look quite good, these fixtures, for Darwin Núñez, who's getting a lot of chances. Yes, he hasn't taken those chances, but you just got to stay calm in front of goal. And if he's getting those chances, the expected goals, you'd hope that he does end up taking some of them eventually and just staying calm in front of goal. Liverpool also could have a potential double game week in 21, I believe. So not confirmed, but if that's the case, it makes him keep it maybe more attractive. He's quite expensive, I do understand, at 9 million. But if you've got Darwin, I wouldn't be getting rid of him yet anyway. I'd give him a few more game weeks and see how he does. I'd expect him. I mean, he's got Leicester tonight. I can see Darwin Núñez scoring tonight against Leicester. So I think after today, if he does get a goal, I think many people will just hold him, because if he scores, then yeah, I'd expect people to just keep him for a while longer. Hamza, replacement for James, can't get sure. I've tripled up on United players. Interesting. We did speak about Castagna, who does rotate well with who was it we were talking about? Castagna rotates well with Trippier, doesn't he? Trippier and Shaw. So you could go for someone like Castagna. I mean, you could go for another Chelsea defender, someone like Cucurella. There is obviously that slight worry. Cucurella's attacking numbers don't look that great going forward, but if you want a Chelsea defender, Cucurella could be fine to go with instead of Luke Shaw. So yeah, Cucurella, or if not, Castagna, but that's not really a recommendation from me. it's more. I'm not really keen on that Leicester defense personally. So yeah, what would you say, Jordan? Anyway, if you can't get Shaw tripled up, who would you go to?
You could go double Leicester, not double Leicester, double Newcastle defense and choose Botman, as Newcastle at the moment they're pretty good in defense, keeping another clean sheet, and going double Newcastle is not such a bad idea. I mean, I thought about doing it myself.
Actually, yeah, that's one I've left out. Botman, potentially, you could go for him. He's quite cheap as well. Just looking at Newcastle's fixtures, Leeds, which is all right. Newcastle, I'd say at home as well. Arsenal away is going to be a bit tough, but then Fulham, Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth. You could play Botman in. You could see 2-3 clean sheets in these fixtures for Newcastle. So I'm not against Botman actually. That's a good shout. I like Botman. I'd still prefer Shaw, but if you can't get him, then I understand. FPL Josh is in the building. 89, game week 17. Nice score. Nicola says Darwizzy brace incoming. Yeah, I can see Darwin scoring today for sure. I just have a feeling. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to be watching that game as well later. Sorry.
I have that same feeling.
Yeah. I just think the chances he got last game week makes me think. And Danny Ward isn't the greatest. I mean, I've got him, Danny Ward, but Leicester's defense don't look great. They got a few injuries. They just struggle in the last game. Liverpool being at home, maybe a bit more, easier for Liverpool to get the win in that one. And I'd expect Darwin to be involved fully.
Yeah, I think in terms of Leicester's injuries, I think Fies and Maddison are actually doubts to play in that Liverpool game.
Yeah. Maddison is for sure. I know he's missing out. But yeah, obviously we know Liverpool are playing today. We are going to do our score predictions later on as well. Got a comment from Shrey. Start Andreas or Trossard. Well, Andreas Pereira has Southampton at home, and Trossard has Arsenal. I'd be tempted to go Andreas Pereira. I don't know. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll probably go Andreas Pereira. I mean, he almost scored in the last game. Fulham had against Crystal Palace, but he hit the post. So I think he just has an upper edge. From the last game week, Andreas has much better form than Trossard did in his Brighton game. So I'd be swayed to go with Andreas.
He's got a better fixture on paper. Southampton haven't been great themselves either. It is a home game as well. Both are home games, but Arsenal are looking good as well. So if you play the fixtures, then you say Andreas, right? But yeah. Nicola says, is Gakpo cheaper option instead of Salah if he plays? Well, obviously Gakpo has recently signed with Liverpool, but he's not included in the game as of yet, as far as I'm aware. But we don't know what his price is as well. I think a lot will depend on his price. I don't know if he'll be a cheaper option instead of Salah because, as you guys can see, but with my team, which I will get on a screen, I actually own Salah and I don't have Darwin. So I've gone Salah over Darwin. Maybe we can have Salah and Gakpo. That could become an option if Liverpool's attack looks good again. But I don't know if it would be a cheap option instead of Salah because I'd still expect Salah to outscore Gakpo as well. So Salah's also on penalties, which is a big plus. And if penalties do make a difference, so I don't know if you can match Salah personally, but we'll have to see. He's 8 million apparently. Okay, I didn't see that.
Oh really?
According to the chat, yep. Manish and Kawanda, he's 8 million. So if he's 8 million, then that's a bit interesting because about $1 million cheaper than Darwin. So you could go with Gakpo instead of Darwin if you're not keen on Darwin, I guess. But for me, I'm gonna stay with Salah for now, I think.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good price for Gakpo because he's an 8 million midfielder. That sort of fits well for us. If we have that 8 million spot, we can easily swap to Gakpo for a player that we don't want in our team.
Yeah, of course. I was just looking on FPL actually. Uh, yeah, we did miss it. He's announced as an 8 million midfielder, Cody Gakpo, which is interesting. I think he
Yeah,
does become an option. Was Diaz 8 million when he signed us all last season?
he was a
Yeah.
million too.
Look, I expect Cody Gakpo to be playing on the left side. Left side, so it'll be Nunes down the middle probably, Salah right, Gakpo left, and he's one that I will have my eye on potentially bringing in because I don't have Nunes. I could still afford to do Gakpo in if I take out someone like a Mason Mount and find the money elsewhere. Maybe I would do that.
I would be tempted to triple up on Gakpo, Salah, and Nunes. I think that
Ooh,
would be a popular triple attack for Liverpool if they can't keep clean sheets. I mean, it's not worth having a defender if you can prefer a triple attack on Liverpool.
I I think we've got to see Liverpool whether they get back to that goal scoring form. Um, Triple attack is big. Like Liverpool will have to show me a lot more in terms of goals and playing well. They are playing a bit better, creating chances, but I'll need to see it a bit more before I do something bold as that. Even double. But yeah, definitely double. I can see Gakpo Salah, Gakpo Nunes could become a good option later down the line in the season. I think people will be going down that route. Shrey says, I think Salah is a bit too pricey, and personally, I would rather spread funds. Fair enough. A lot of people have done that. I've chose to go Salah just because of the penalties that I do like having him, and also because he's playing back to that 4-3-3. He's coming inside again, and yeah, with Salah, he's just one of those players that I always think, oh yeah, I maybe can go without him, but as soon as it got to the deadline, closer, that game week 17 deadline, I just included Salah in because I know what he could do. Dom, I have 4.8 million Walker, but I'm scared he won't start a lot. Should I get short or another cheap defender? Jordan, would you take Walker out? What do you reckon? He didn't start the last game.
Did he come on at all in that game?
I don't think he did. Um, no, I don't think he did. I could check actually.
Because if he didn't, then Dom, if you have a good replacement on your bench for Walker, then I would have that ready. But if you don't have a good bench option to replace Walker with, in case he don't start tonight, or not tonight, but against Everton,
He didn't come on.
then he didn't come on. So
He
yeah,
didn't come on.
if he doesn't come on, obviously if he doesn't start in the next match against Everton, then I'd have a first bench option if you have one that's decent enough to replace him ready. But if not, then if I had to go with your second part of that question, I'd probably say Luke Shaw,
Yeah.
just because you can play him for that Wolves away fixture that he's definitely going to start, and he's then got Bournemouth at home after that. So you've
Mhm.
got 2 game weeks where Luke Shaw has decent fixtures, which are clean sheet worthy, and hopefully with Maguire back fit, it kind of pushes Shaw out more to that left wing attack a bit more. So you got that attacking threat from Luke Shaw back again, which he could reap rewards in that Wolves and Bournemouth game.
Yeah, fair enough. Shrey also says, "Are you rolling the transfer?" Yes, I am rolling my transfer. I don't feel like my team needs anything. I've just benched Reece James, and I'm going to take him out next week probably when I find out any potential doubles might be announced, etc. I'm happy to play Ben White against Brighton. I don't know if Ben White will get a clean sheet because I think Brighton will score probably. But you know what? I'm happy to take that risk and play him. And the rest of the team looks fine. I'm happy with the midfield. Happy to go with Mount again against Nottingham. Haaland, Martial is cool. I think you don't need to take them out. So yeah, I'm rolling the transfer, and you're doing the same, right?
Yeah, I'm rolling too. There's no necessary changes I need to do. That was partly because of how I set up the wild card was to ensure that I did roll
Mm.
this game week, just have 2 free transfers in the next one.
Ollie G with the chat. KDB to Salah for a hit. Nah, I wouldn't take the hit. I don't think
No,
personally.
not
I think it's not worth it.
as Nicola mentions in the chat. He did score 3 goals against
Mm.
Everton last season, so you don't want to miss out on that in case he does repeat a
Yeah,
similar performance.
yeah. I wouldn't do it for a hit anyway. If you had one transfer, free transfer, and you really wanted to go to Salah, then maybe, but not for a hit. I think KDB can easily get an assist or even a goal today, and yeah, I'd keep KDB. Will Gakpo play tonight? No, he will not play tonight because it's still not January yet, technically. So he's actually not allowed to officially play for Liverpool. He officially registers on the 1st of January. And I believe he will also miss the Brentford game. So Liverpool have Leicester, which will bring up Liverpool's fixtures. They have Leicester on tonight. Gakpo obviously is not eligible. He's eligible to play against Brentford, but according to Klopp, it's unlikely he will start against Brentford in game week 19, and his debut could come against Wolves in the FA Cup. So Gakpo won't be playing tonight, or probably even against Brentford the next game. So I'd hold out until maybe game week 20 before Gakpo actually becomes a Premier League option for Liverpool. Shrey, what to do with Foden? I think you have to keep him if you've got him. I mean, I wouldn't want to take a hit to remove him, but the worry, obviously, always with Foden is he going to start? But when he starts, he's a good option. But when he doesn't, it's just frustrating, I guess. But if you've got one free transfer, you may want to take him out. But ultimately, I would just keep him. You knew the risks when you brought him in, I guess, that he could get benched. And I think you just got to roll with the punches and just play him and hope he starts. What about you, Jordan? What do you reckon?
I think I would be frustrated with Foden not starting last game week, and I would probably transfer him out just because.
For a hit, if potentially.
I wouldn't do it for a hit though. I would probably do it for one free transfer. I'd probably keep him if it was for a hit, even if I doubt he doesn't start, which is a possibility. Even though we might think he will, we've always had that before, where we thought he would start and then he gets benched 3 times consecutively before. So you don't know with Pep if he wants to start Foden or not. I don't know why he doesn't, if I'm honest. I mean, there's so much potential there, but then Man City don't necessarily need all the good players on the pitch to win a game, like with Foden as one of the best for Man City. Yeah. So I think it's up to you what you do with Foden, Trey, and what you think is the best plan for him. But I'd probably keep him if it's for a hit. But if it's not for a hit, then I'd probably transfer him out for one free transfer on someone else that I think will have a more nailed start.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. On the topic of Foden, a lot of people are actually asking Marjuk also chance of Foden starting. Foden to Ben Rama. No, I wouldn't go Ben Rama. I don't think there's better midfielders in going for someone like Ben Rama. I think Foden is a lot better. I'd rather just keep Foden. Personally. But if you are worried he's going to get benched, then yeah, you could take him out. But I wouldn't do it for a hit, guys. I would not be taking Foden out for a hit. I think it's not worth it. Hopefully, you've got someone on the bench that could play instead, instead of Foden in case he doesn't come on. But just looking at any rumors on team news, I'm not seeing much surrounding Foden if he's going to start or not. But I think he will start personally. It's no info, obviously. But I think after his last benching, City have another game. If I just bring up City's fixtures. So Man City play Everton 31st, and then they've got another game on the 5th of January against Chelsea. And then, so tight turnaround. And I'd be surprised if they decide, or Pep decides to bench Foden in this one. That's only, maybe it's just hope, but I'd keep Foden, guys, personally. And just pray he starts. Same with Cancelo. Obviously, Cancelo got benched in the last game. But I'm just keeping him because I don't expect him to get double benching. Hey guys, I see you went for Ward Everson as I did, and you probably already regret this decision a lot. However, is it worth to take a hit to change Ward? Good question, Alexi. I definitely regret it. Obviously, Jordan hasn't gone with the combo. He's gone with Edison. This is my team you see on the screen. Yeah, I do kind of regret it, but I kind of don't because it gave me money to bring in players like Mason Mount and Rashford, etc., and Saka. So I don't regret it in that sense. But Yeah, of course, I'd love Kepa instead. If I could get the money to go to Kepa, that's what I would have had Kepa, but not worth a hit for no way for a goalie swap. I wouldn't be changing goalies for a hit. I don't think it's worth it, because if you look at Leicester's fixtures, they've got Liverpool tonight. Okay, cool. That is a tough game. I don't expect Leicester to keep a clean sheet, but Fulham and Nottingham Forest next. You never know, because I remember, um, Ward has kept a few clean sheets. He kept a clean sheet against Crystal Palace in game week 11, kept a clean sheet against Leeds in game week 12, another clean sheet against Wolves in game week 13, kept a clean sheet against Everton in game week 15, kept a clean sheet against West Ham in game week 16. So I don't know if people remember, like before the World Cup ended, Ward was actually getting a lot of clean sheets. So you never know, he might turn it around again and carry on keeping some clean sheets, because these fixtures, Fulham, Nottingham, Brighton, Villa, they're not the worst fixtures in the world. And as I said, fixtures do bring form. And if you've gone with it, you just have to, I think, you stick with it now. I wouldn't be taking hits to remove goalies. I don't think it's worth it personally. But yeah. Martin, football, how you doing today? Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good. Hope
all
you're
good.
good as well. Also, I've got to ask you guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. It really helps the channel grow. So please drop a like. And also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are trying to get to 700 subscribers. That's the next target. So like and subscribe on the stream, guys. Brian says, hi, lads. Fairly set this week on banking the transfer. Yeah, I'm set.
Yeah,
Are you, Jordan?
yeah, pretty much. It's be nice, calm game week to move on forward with a role of a transfer, not needing to do any changes. Is such a relaxing feel, especially the stress that we've had previously in these deadline streams.
Yeah, it just feels a bit calm today. No changes needed. No
Yeah,
last minute tinkering. We know we're gonna roll. Captain's set, everything. No decisions really to make for us. So yeah, we're fairly set. There won't be any late drama, I don't think. Hey guys, compliments of the season upon us. James to Shaw for free or roll. Got Patterson and Bueno. I would do the transfer. I would
yeah,
bring Shaw in.
yeah. If the time is, it has to be now. I think the time. If you're going to bring Shaw in, it has to be this game week, because he has Wolves and then he has Bournemouth, but then the fixtures swap and rotate for Man United and get difficult. So you want to benefit from getting Shaw in, I would say, in this game week where he has the easy fixtures.
Mm-hmm. Elliot, start Callum Wilson or Andreas. It's a big worry, because I'm starting to have doubts on whether Callum Wilson will actually start. I'd be tempted to transfer Callum Wilson out if I had him and bring in someone like Mitrovic. So I'd be tempted to do Wilson to Mitrovic if you could. If you have one free transfer, I think I'd make the move personally. Were you add something?
Yeah, Wilson's a weird one, because from what Newcastle said, because he missed the Leicester game because of illness, he is expected back for the Leeds match. So I don't know what you can tell from that.
I mean, he's not said 100% he's going to start. He said he should be back, but we've seen it before with Wilson. Because if I look at Newcastle's fixtures again, this is why Wilson maybe worries me a bit. So he's got Leeds tomorrow. That tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, Leeds tomorrow. And then a couple of days later, he's got Arsenal away, which is the tough game. So maybe he just gives him a bit longer in that Leeds game, which is the easier fixture on paper, and he has him fully ready to go for that Arsenal game on the 3rd of January. And that's my thinking. So with Callum Wilson, I personally would get rid of him if I had him. And I'd bring someone in like Mitrovic, who's got a nice fixture as well himself. So that's what I'd do. Let me know what you guys think as well in the chat. Alisson or Kepa to start. You got two good goalies there. Who would you start, Jordan? Alisson, obviously, you got Leicester. Chelsea have Nottingham Forest away.
I think there's more likely a clean sheet in Chelsea game than I think the Leicester Liverpool one. So I'll probably start Kepa.
Fair enough. I'll probably start Kepa as well, if I'm honest. Liverpool just find a way to concede somehow every time. Does Nunes deserve another chance, or should I kick him? Nah, I think definitely he deserves another chance. Give him the game tonight against Leicester. See how he does, and then make your decision from there. I wouldn't knee jerk him out yet. Definitely not. I'd hold on to him. Ara with a comment. My defender: White, Trippier, James, Estupinian, Patterson. Who should I start if I roll my transfer? Well, James is injured, so you'll have to start White, Trippier, and I'd be tempted to make James to Shaw. I would probably do a transfer if I was you. If you had Ben White on the bench, I would have just said play Ben White like I am. But because Patterson, who's got he's got City, Estupinian has Arsenal. They're not great fixtures, so I would do James to Luke Shaw and then play Shaw if you can. That's what I'd do. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because you'd want to roll transfer to have two in the next game week, but at the same time, you want for this game week to have a decent chance of clean sheets from defenders, and I don't see that from Estupinan, who has Arsenal, and I don't see that from Patterson, who has Man City. So the only clean sheets you really have there is White and Trippier. So yeah, it's difficult. I'd probably say what Huss said and transfer in Luke Shaw for Reece James. Then that way you can have a possibility of keeping three clean sheets, in your defence. But if you want
Yeah,
to roll, then I understand why.
yeah, I'd do the move. Luke Shaw for James. That looks like an easy move to me. Evening, fellas, says El Padrino. Evening to you, mate. As always, hope you're well. Um, good night from me, guys, and good luck at Game Week 18. Yeah. Good luck
Yeah,
to you, Nicola, as well. Hope you have a good Game Week 18. Hopefully, you can get that green arrow as well. And also, guys, please drop a like on the stream. If you are just joining in, like the stream, subscribe to the channel as well. Every like is appreciated and it really helps our channel out. Is there any team news? Do you think we're going to get any team news? I think Liverpool team news is rumored to be the same against as it was against Villa. So Darwin Núñez should start for those that were worrying potentially that he might be benched. I don't see it. I think it'll be Salah up top with Núñez and Oxlade-Chamberlain will be playing again. It looks like so. Liverpool are going to be unchanged, I think, from the game against Villa.
I mean, yeah, there's not really any options to bench
Yeah,
Nunes for as well.
yeah. Now Núñez will be safe for sure. Angel, Enzo, Luis. I did James to short. Yeah, that looks like a very nice, sensible move. I would do the same if I didn't have Ben White. I like that Shaw move, as Jordan has mentioned as well. Luke Shaw has a couple of nice fixtures coming up in game week 18 and 19, and he could also have a double potentially, not confirmed yet, but it lets you prepare really.
Yeah, he's had a lot of transfers in Luke Shaw. Like 183,000 people have transferred him in, so he's a popular defender pick because of that Reece James injury as well. I think that added to it.
Yeah, definitely. Shrey also says transfer done. Martial to Mitrovic. Oh, I would have held on to Martial personally. I've got Martial in my team. I think Wolves always a nice fixture for Man United and Martial, so I would have held on to him. But I can see why you've done it.
Yeah.
Would you have done it, Jordan, or would you have would you have kept holding Martial?
I would have kept Martial just for the next two, Wolves and Bournemouth. I mean, if he stays fit and manages to score before he gets taken off, I would have took that plan instead, bringing Mitrovic in.
Marjuk, we've answered this one, but definitely Núñez deserves another chance. I wouldn't be removing him. Keep Núñez, in my opinion. Krogsberg, White, a risky pick. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect Arsenal to keep a clean sheet against Brighton, but Arsenal are playing, in my opinion, the best football in the league. They are the best team in the league right now, so I'm happy to play Ben White. If is more my feeling towards it. Clean sheet, maybe not so positive on it, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, the only goal that was left in that West Ham game against Arsenal was a penalty. So if that penalty wasn't to happen in that game, Arsenal kept a clean sheet there. So in this scenario with Brighton, even though they have a good defence and a decent attack, I think Arsenal can hold back on Brighton, and Arsenal can possibly get a clean sheet in that game. So it may be a risk, but sometimes these risks do pay off for us. So I'm putting my faith in Ben White, who I'm also playing in my starting 11 too, that he can get a clean sheet against Brighton.
Angel says Havertz was my rogue pick last game week and it paid off. Yeah, I went with Mount as my rogue pick. Yeah, and it did pay off. Obviously, Mount got me the 10-pointer. I think Havertz scored as well, didn't he? And Chelsea have a double game week coming up as well in game week 19, I think. Yeah. Sorry, game week 19, they've got City and Fulham, which, you just keep Mount now, and hopefully he can get something in that Fulham fixture. Same as Havertz, obviously. And I think, yeah, well done for taking that risk. Obviously, a lot of people weren't keen on Havertz and even Mount. So sometimes it does pay off. So it's nice to see that go for you. Defenders for this game week: Shaw, Gabriel, Saliba, Trippier, Shaw. Which three do I choose? Trippier, Luke Shaw, and Gabriel, probably. Jordan?
Probably pick Luke Shaw, and Gabriel and Trippier.
Okay. Yeah. You've got quite big at the back, really. If you could play either one of them, really. But I wouldn't play Saliba, I don't think. I'd prefer to play Gabriel over Saliba just because of the attacking threat if I had to play an Arsenal defender. But yeah, I think Shaw, Gabriel over Saliba, and you've got to play Trippier, of course. David Hamill, I decided to be crazy instead of sensible and bought in Super Troll Doherty instead of Shaw. I had Doherty for 1 point and I regretted it big time. So hopefully you have better success than me when I bought in Doherty. I mean, I would have bought in. I think Luke Shaw makes a sensible decision. Like, it's the one that moves that makes sense. But who's got Spurs got again? I'm not actually. Forgot who Spurs had. I'm trying to bring up the fixtures. It's just long. Spurs got Villa at home, so will he even start is the question. It would always with Doherty. So I'm not a keen fan on that move.
Wasn't a keen fan of Spurs' defence in that last game. It was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, they seem to keep conceding as well, and then they try to get back into the game afterwards. So yeah, well, it's an interesting move for sure, David, definitely. Felix, rolling transfer. Should I bench James for Bueno or Greenwood? In your case, I'd actually do a transfer. I'd use a transfer. I don't think it's worth playing someone like Bueno, personally. So I would bring in Luke Shaw, as we've said. For me, guys, if you don't have a decent bench in terms of taking out Reece James, like if you can't play a Ben White or a Saliba or someone like that, I would do the move. I don't think it's worth rolling it personally. I just bring Luke Shaw in. But that's my opinion. You could play Greenwood. He's got Newcastle, but yeah, I wouldn't expect too much from him there. I'll just bring Luke Shaw in.
Yeah, because I think there's only 2 points from Bueno and Greenwood. I can see if Bueno does start, because I don't think he started last game.
Yeah.
I think he came on in the second half and got 1 point.
Krogsberg, Kyle Walker to start or no? I don't think so. I don't think he will start, if I'm being honest. So you better have a bench ready in case. But it's hard to tell. He may start as well. That's the thing with City. You never really know. That's why I try to avoid as many of those type of players that I could. I mean, Haaland's obviously nailed most weeks, and we thought Cancelo was nailed pretty much every week as well. But he even went and got benched in the last one.
Yeah, and that's the annoying thing. He came on for a few minutes and got the 1 point. So even when Pep benches players, he still brings them on and gets them, obviously not that 1 point only. So that's another annoying thing that Pep includes.
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, any other talking points in regards to in regards to game week 18. Hamza, if Martial blanks this week, you think bringing Mitro for the double game week is ideal? That's if he doesn't get yellow card. I mean, next week, yeah. But I think Martial doesn't require an urgent need to take him out. I don't think it's a priority to take Martial out. I think Wolves away is a perfectly fine game. I wouldn't be rushing Martial out. I think you could just play him. Martial does have Mitrovic does have a better fixture probably, but do you want to spend a transfer on it? I'm not so sure. I'd rather save it for something else that might come up that's more important. Jordan, latest on Delo. Have you heard anything?
From Delo, there have been no updates from Man United since his hamstring injury reported in the World Cup. So he is technically still being assessed, and there hasn't been any updates from Delo. I mean, he's still flagged as 50% on a fantasy, and I don't expect him to actually start against Wolves away, just because there's not been any updates on Dalo's injury. So
I mean, one Manchester United journalist, Samuel Luckhurst, who's quite reliable, he's actually said he's unexpected to be available again today. So, against Wolves, which is tomorrow, isn't it? So, yeah, Diego Delo will not be fit for. He's still injured and he's still recovering from a hamstring he sustained in the quarterfinal, 3 weeks ago now. So, yeah, I'd just get rid of him, personally.
Yes, if you have him, Felix.
Yes, if you have him. What do you guys think about starting Andreas Pereira over Martinelli as a differential? Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
It's just way too risky. Plus,
not for Martinelli.
Martinelli's playing well, so I wouldn't do that personally. I don't think it's needed. I think Martinelli can easily get a goal against Brighton. The way Arsenal are playing, I think Arsenal are the real deal now, guys. They're playing well, and I'd expect them to carry on this form. Ali J. Morris, when do you guys plan on using triple captain and who? Well, I'm going to use my triple captain in a double game week for sure. I prefer to use it in a double game week rather than a single. It'll probably be whenever Haaland doubles. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be very boring, and a lot of people will probably do the same thing. But Haaland does double in game week 20. So he's got Man United and Tottenham. So you could use it there if you want to use it on Haaland, but there's a week gap between that as well, pretty much. So could be a good time to use it. But yeah, I'm using it in a double game week. Just don't know what double game week yet. We'll have to see.
Yeah, because I think there's another one for Man City in 23 where I think the fixtures are much more easier on paper.
I'm just seeing, 23 as well. Villa and Arsenal in 23. So you could use it in Villa and Arsenal instead of the Chelsea United. We're going to get more game weeks, double game weeks as well, I think. Man City potentially, when Champions League kicks off and when there's fixture reschedulements that need to be made, then maybe we'll get more. But yeah, I'll say save it for a double. And, it's probably going to be on someone like Haaland, most likely. I see most people doing anyway. Johnny says, I want to have some fun tonight. Darwin captain. That's big. Bold, for sure. Going Darwin captain. I like it. I guess you got to take risks sometimes, but I don't know if I'll be doing it this week when Haaland has Everton. But hopefully it works out for you either way if you do decide to go there. Felix Ronaldo has just been announced. I'm not sure what you mean.
I hope not, but not returning to the club. I hope not.
Is that to his new team? I think maybe. Who's he joined? Is it the Saudi team? The team in Saudi? I'm just gonna check actually. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Ronaldo has signed for Al Nassr on a 2-year contract. It's a Saudi Arabian team, which I think we all saw coming after that. The season he had and with the teams that he was linked with, I think that was quite obvious. Yeah, 2-year contract for Ronaldo to Al Nassr, the Saudi Arabian club. Luke also says, "Are you guys rolling or selling James?" My team's on the screen. I am rolling the transfer and saving it so I can have 2 free transfers for double game week 19. I'll bring up Jordan's team.
I'm obviously rolling because I don't have Reece James in my team, so I don't have to think about whether I keep him or not. And the rest of my team is looking pretty good. And because I have a good bench as well, I'm not worried about any starting 11 players that may not, let's say, surprisingly start in their matches. So yeah, I'm all good to go for rolling.
Yep, both rolling, and I am keeping James because I have Ben White, who I can just play, and he's pretty fine. Any questions as all, guys, drop it in the comments below. We'll try our best to answer everything. Also, if you are enjoying the content, as always, drop a like to show your support. 6:15 deadline, isn't it? So we've got literally we've got about 15 to 20 minutes. About 20 minutes before the deadline. We should do score predictions, I think. We'll do some score predictions now, I think. I got a comment for you though, Jordan. It says big bench headaches to come for you. I mean, you got a decent bench.
Yeah, potentially. I'd rather have a benching headache though, rather than a transfer headache. Probably, I think in this part of the season. But yeah, with Rodrigo, it does create a benching headache because he is a decent player to start in the 11, especially with the fixtures they have after Newcastle. But I probably won't keep Rodrigo. It just depends on how he copes with his hamstring, because he was flagged for hamstring injury before the season resumed. So I'll have to watch out on that.
He played though against City, so he was
Yeah.
fine. So you should be good with him.
Yeah, he played 70 minutes, but I'm wary of injury players like that.
Getting injured again.
Yeah, relapse, like with Reece James.
Animation says Havertz an option. Yes, I think he's definitely an option for this week. He's got Nottingham Forest away, so I think that is a good fixture for him in Chelsea. So yeah, just keep Havertz if you have him. He also has a double game week coming up as well, so definitely an option. Who I think he will be a transfer, potentially a recommended transfer in for game week 19. I'm gonna bring up. Actually, bear with me for a sec. Bring up the fixtures. So we do score predictions a bit early today. Why not? As we've not got any late minute transfers to make. I'm going to zoom in for a bit. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. So yeah, we've got 2 games today. We've got West Ham up against Brentford, 7:45 kickoff. So very soon. What's your predictions for this game, Jordan? West Ham at home to Brentford.
I think 2-1 Brentford.
Oh, okay, going for the away win. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford as well. I think it'll be a win for Brentford. Maybe Tony to get on the score sheet and Buemo potentially for those. Yeah, I can see Brentford getting the job done. Moving on to Liverpool and Leicester. That is kicking off today as well, 8 p.m. We'll be watching that one on Sky Sports. It is televised, so it should be good. I'm going to go for, I don't know, with this game. I'm going to go for 3-1 Liverpool. A 3-1 Liverpool win. Maybe Darwin to get on a score sheet today as well. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. What about you, Jordan?
I'm going to be close to that and say 3-0. So I'll go for the clean sheet for Liverpool. Maybe they can keep one against Leicester.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will concede, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think without Maddison, maybe they can keep one.
Then tomorrow we've got a bunch of games. We've got 6 games tomorrow. Busy day of football, New Year's Eve as well. Wolves against Manchester United at 12:30. Midday kickoff. I'm gonna predict a 2-0 win for Man United. I think it'll be quite comfortable 2-0. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be a bit biased with this, but I'm going to probably say 2-1 Wolves. Even though I have Luke Shaw and I want a clean sheet, but it's what I predict.
You think Wolves will win?
Oh no, sorry, 2-1 Man United. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You said 2-1 Wolves. I was like, whoa, okay.
No, they're definitely 2-1 Man United to win. So it
Okay.
is a bit biased with the clean sheet because I got Luke Shaw, but I think Wolves will score against Man United.
Okay, yeah, I'll go 2-0 as well. El Padrino says he's putting in the predictions as well. Says 2-0 United, 3-0 Liverpool. Yeah, let us know your predictions as well, guys. Get involved in the chat if you want to. Let us know who you think's gonna win. Fulham. Well, no, which one was I on? Bournemouth Palace. This one's gonna be 1-1 for me. Draw. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
I think 2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth. Okay, interesting. Moving on to Fulham Southampton. Obviously, people got Mitrovic. People have Andres Pereira, whether to play them or not. I think it will be a 2-1 win for Fulham as well. So I think Fulham will get the job done. I think Mitrovic owners could be in for another goal for him, and he's having a brilliant season so far. And I expect him to carry on, score tomorrow as well, and then win the game 2-1 Fulham.
I'll probably go for 1-0 Fulham. I think it'll be a pretty boring match. I think a lot of defending for Southampton and a bit of a sort of a central pay from both teams.
Moving on to Manchester City at home to Everton as well. I'm going to go for a comfortable 4-0 win for Man City. I think it will be an easy game for them, and they'll probably be in second gear. Haaland probably get 2 goals as well. So, yeah, 4-0 for me against Everton.
I'll go 5-0 and then Haaland score 5 goals. Why not?
5 goals from Haaland. That would be mad. Newcastle Leeds. Newcastle are flying high. I'm going to go for 2-1 Newcastle. I think it'll be 2-1 Newcastle.
Probably go 3-0 Newcastle. I think they can keep a clean sheet.
3-0 you're going?
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, evening kickoff at 5:30. We've got Brighton at home to Arsenal. Arsenal need to win, obviously, to carry on their momentum at the top. I think they will do the job. I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal as well. I think they'll win it. It'll be a bit tight. 2-1 Arsenal.
I don't know with this one. Could be a shocking one, but maybe not. I'll probably go 3-1 Arsenal though. I think they'll still win, but concede.
Fair enough. And then we've got some games on New Year's Day as well on Sunday. So a lot of football to come. We will be streaming as well, guys, on Sunday, I believe. So do tune in for the knee-jerk live reaction to react to Game Week 18 and our scores as well from Game Week 18. We're going to do that Sunday, probably around 7 p.m. UK time. Spurs Villa. I think this will be I'm going to go 1-0. No, I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I don't know how this game. I think it's quite hard to predict this one. I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
I'm going to go the same score with Spurs did last time and go 2-2. I think.
Or back-to-back draws.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, to complete the games for match day or game week 18, Nottingham Forest at home to Chelsea. We know Reece James is out, so that will affect Chelsea because they are a better team with him in the team rather than without him. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Chelsea. Hopefully Mount can get on the score sheet again. Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Chelsea.
We'll go 1-0 Chelsea. I don't think it'll be that high.
Okay. Go for a 1-0. Nice. Yeah, those are the score predictions as well, guys, out the way. Let us know what your score predictions are. Let us know who you support as well, actually. And who you're rooting for. Back to my team. Just zoom out. Got a comment here from Michael. Is KDB a keep? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd keep KDB if I had him. Everton at home looks good fixture. I've seen some people say he could be benched, but I'd be surprised.
Yeah, very surprising. I mean, I wouldn't mind him being benched because I don't have KDB, but hopefully for those who do have him, he plays.
Yeah, I'd keep him. I've seen some people even move him to Salah, but not for a hit or anything like that. No way. KDB can still get a double-digit haul against Everton, definitely. And I'd expect it to be a high-scoring game, and maybe he can get a couple of assists for Haaland, and maybe there is worries for minutes, so maybe they play 60 minutes or so, Haaland as well, if they're cruising and they're 3 up or something. So that's the only worry with the minutes.
Yeah, I think people are off by KDB because of he blanked and Salah's return.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just one game week. Obviously, Salah outscored KDB in game week 17, but doesn't mean he's going to outscore him again in game week 18. I mean, Salah could get less than less than KDB does, because KDB, Salah's not always gonna outscore KDB, as we've seen at the start of the season when KDB was outscoring Salah. So do bear that in mind, guys. When you bring a player in, you didn't bring him in for one game week. Botman over Shah. Yeah, probably. I'd probably go with Botman over Shah as well.
Yeah, I'll probably be safe with Botman more than Shaw.
I did have Shah myself this first half of the season, who did help me a bit get the clean sheet points, but the bonuses from Trippier were just destroying me. Chief with a comment this week, another high scoring week in points. What do you reckon, Jordan? Do you think it'll be high scoring? I don't think.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think it'll be as high scoring as the week we just had, because of the away fixtures that a lot of teams do have, and away fixtures are more difficult for goals to be scored in, as we've seen for the swings for away matches. So yeah, there might be a bit not as high, but it might be quite considerably still a lot of points this week.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as high, but I think it could be another decent game week as well. So obviously, with Haaland having Everton, for those that have KDB, Cancelo might play. I think Liverpool's fixture is quite nice if you own Darwin or Salah. I can see Liverpool getting a few goals against Leicester as well. Trippier has and Newcastle have Leeds, obviously, so that's another good, decent game for them. So I'd expect another fairly decent scoring week. Jack Grealish, would you spend the transfer on James if you had to play Dunk? Well, the Dunk's got Arsenal away. Probably. I would probably do it still. Don't know if I'd want to play Dunk. What about you?
I think we had a similar question to this.
With Estepinian, but the Estepinian's a rotation risk sometimes. But yeah, I'd do the transfer, I think.
Yeah, probably best if you want to do the transfer to get a defender that's going to get a clean sheet, probably. Well, high chance of getting a clean sheet, because obviously Brighton play Arsenal. I don't see a clean sheet for them. I'd be pretty surprised if they do.
El Padrino, I'm trying to get both in at some point. Is that about Salah KDB? I'm not sure. I think that's what he means.
I've seen a few drafts with both in. I mean, it sort of decides the opinion of who to go for, because obviously you have both. You don't have to really think about it.
Mm-hmm. David Hamill also says, "What is the points difference between you guys?" I actually don't know.
Yeah, well,
It's very close though, even though we're about separated by about 300k in rank ish.
I'm on 984 points overall.
You're on 984.
Yeah,
I am on 970.
so it's 14 point difference.
14 points difference, but it makes a rank difference of about nearly 300k. So you can see how close it is, guys. And one differential or one really good game week, you could climb still very quickly. So it's still very crammed in the top 10k, top 100k, top 500k. It's 1 or 2 points separating a lot of people. I'd probably roll, as no doubt another injury will happen this week. Yep.
Yeah,
I can see that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Cole. That is that was the idea why I brought in a strong bench, because I know it's going to give a headache later on, but I wanted to ensure that I have a good, decent amount of bench players for upcoming injuries, because I don't think Reece James will be the last one we actually hear about to happen in the game weeks coming up.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend rolling if you can do it. But if you're having to play someone like Bueno or Patterson, then I'd bring Luke Shaw in. So if you can roll, definitely it's the better thing you to do, and then go into game week 19 where you have 2 free transfers. But if you've got Mitrovic, sorry, if you've got Wilson, if you've got Reece James and you don't have a bench, I'd personally do the moves. No worries, Jack. Cheers. And yeah, how long have we got left? There's about 10 minutes to
10
go.
minutes.
We went quite quick, I guess, this deadline. As always, guys, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 700 subscribers, hopefully next. Also, share the video if you can on your socials or wherever you are on your for social media. It just helps us out a lot. Yeah, that's why Padrino. I wanted to roll, but Bueno and Patterson, so it forced my hand. Yeah, I think that a lot of people will be in that situation when they've had to do it because you don't really want to be playing Bueno and Patterson.
Yeah, I'm surprised how many people have gone with not many players on the bench that are starters and have not great fixtures upcoming. Because I thought with the wild cards we have that luxury of bringing in all these nice players, even though we probably won't be able to afford nice players overall if we have a good bench too. But I think sometimes we have to make sacrifices in other places so that we can just manage to get through like each game week, because obviously with the World Cup played, all these players that have played all throughout that tournament, there's always that case where injuries sort of pop up everywhere where we have seen before from other competitions. It's just so much football.
Yeah, there will be obviously more injuries because the scheduling is tight. There's a game every 2-3 days. There's going to be injuries, and yeah, you've got a bit. It's a bit of luck as well. You need a bit of luck to go for you. And Reece James getting injured again, I think it was unlucky, but there was always that situation. He probably got rushed back a bit now, it seems, and Reece James, it won't be the first, I think, as well with these injuries popping up, especially the muscle injuries, soft tissue muscle injuries because of the fixtures and the scheduling.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players like that, like Bamford. He suffered with his hip injuries from returning, then playing one game, then getting injured again, relapsing.
Wilson, kind of was what happened to him.
Yeah, Callum Wilson, all these great players that have had these injuries, just been unfortunate for them.
Yep. But yeah, let's just quickly we are streaming tomorrow, aren't we? For a
yes. We got knee jerk tomorrow.
No, it's not tomorrow, it's on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday.
It mixed up with the days.
We'll drop a video tomorrow late, probably for you guys. Yeah, I don't think it'll be live. It'll probably be the transfer tips video for game week 19. Then we'll be back on Sunday as well for for 2 streams. I think we're gonna do a team selection on Sunday around midday, and then we'll also do a live reaction stream around 7 p.m. So a lot of content to come. So make sure you subscribe to us and make sure you follow us on Twitter so you don't miss out when we go live. I'm trying to put up our Twitter. For those that aren't following us yet, check us out on Twitter at the FPL Duo. Also, if you haven't already, do join our mini league. The code is on the screen right now. B54P68 for the FPL Duo mini league. And yeah, that is it. I see also it's in the top right hand corner, the code, and the socials are at the bottom of the screen as well with the banner. So if you want to join, and link in the description as well for all the details. So do check that out, guys, when you can. Not long to go. I'm going to see if there's any early team news regards to Man City. Usually we sometimes get team news, don't we?
Yeah, sometimes it's leaked. The team, lucky.
Yeah, I think we won't probably hear anything.
Yeah, Man City in particular keep it really
Apparently,
tight.
Liverpool. Sorry, I was going to say Liverpool are unchanged, which is the leaks, and Tielemans and Vardy apparently are not in the starting 11. So I don't know who's going to play for Leicester. Maybe Patson Daka up front. Obviously, it's going to be Patson Daka, I think.
Yeah, he's the only other option in terms of forwards. Daka.
I don't know, but this I've also seen some people say Liverpool aren't unchanged, and this could be someone else coming in. Team News and Ticks saying it could be wrong. It could be a change. We know Madison's injured for Leicester, etc. David Hamill, brilliant stream, guys. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Chief as well. We appreciate the grind, guys. Thank you, Chief. Thank you for your kind words. Colm, do you both check your rank game week points during the week or wait until the game week has finished? I try my best, but still end up checking it before the game week ends. To be honest, I try to wait. If it's a Saturday, Sunday, I usually won't check on a Saturday. Really, I'll wait for the Sunday, and I'll check Sunday morning probably before the Sunday games. But yeah, it depends if I don't try check too much. Obviously, there's live FPL. I do sometimes like checking if I've had a really good week, maybe, but I try not to check because one little the other game, if something else goes the other way, then your rank will just go up and down. So I try not to check. What about you, Jordan? Do you check much on live FPL when your games are gone?
Yeah, I have a habit of checking my rank during the week through matches, just constantly refreshing. I don't know why I refresh because it's the exact same rank and points without anyone scoring, but it is a habit I have actually got of checking game week points and rank during matches. So if there are matches that I am not able to watch, then I will keep refreshing and get notifications to see who scored and what's happened in the games.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we all love FPL, obviously, so we're always gonna be interested to see how we've done. But yeah, I try wait, especially the first day, first get set of fixtures. I'll tend not to check that much. Once the bulk of my team have played, though, I'd probably check. Like if I've got 11 players and maybe 8, 9 have played, I'd probably check. But yeah, let us know who you're captaining, guys. I think there's not really any. I don't think anyone not captaining Haaland. Let us know. I don't think there'll be many people not captaining Haaland.
Yeah, I think Johnny's the only one that's mentioned in the chat that he's captaining Darwin just to have a bit of fun, which I quite like that pick from him. I'm hoping it does well for you, Johnny.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've only got 2 minutes before the deadline, so make your transfers, guys, because you don't have long until the deadline is up. So make sure you get them in before obviously it ends, because you don't want to lose out on your player transfers if you run out of time.
You're a brave man, David.
Wow,
You're brave.
really?
I mean, I don't know if you're serious, but yeah, that's interesting if you are going there. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the football. It's a lot of football. World Cup has just ended, and we're straight back into Premier League. It's a lot of football and a lot of content to come. So I hope you guys, do enjoy the content that we're going to be creating for you guys. And yeah, do stay tuned. Sort out your substitutes order. What's wrong with it? Nah, I'm gonna keep it. I think I'd rather play Greenwood instead of Patterson personally. And then James, obviously, he's injured, so
Yeah,
unless
I'll double check mine. I think mine's fine.
Rodrigo, White, Castagne, Greenwood, Patterson, James. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Haaland captain, Salah vice captain.
Yeah,
We sorted. Yeah, worrying me there. Oh yeah, sorry, he wasn't talking about us. I think in general. Yeah, I took it. I thought you meant.
There has been times where I forgot about that.
Yeah, I
bench order.
forgot. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that, Com, just reminding us. And deadline is actually now up. So it is 6:15. Deadline is finished. Hope you guys did make your moves and everything. It's been a good stream. Not as hectic, but a good stream nonetheless. And we will be back again, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here. We don't want to stay on for too much longer. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has joined the Game Week 18 deadline stream. If you haven't, please drop a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers as well that have recently subbed to the channel. It's been great, and hopefully we can carry on growing this community. So yeah, we all appreciate the love, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow. We'll be dropping a video for you. We don't know if it's going to be live, but have the notification bell on so you don't miss out. Kwanda, all the best. Hopefully a lot of goals to come through this game week. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we all want. And good luck, everyone, and great stream, guys. Thank you, Colin, for the comment. And we will see you tomorrow and again on Sunday and Monday, probably, because there's so much football and we have content to make. So drop a like and see you guys very soon. And enjoy the football.
Yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy the football and see you soon.